green pepper.
Oh, hello everyone. It's a little bit later. I forgot to re-announce on Instagram, but let's face it, there's only like 10 of you that follow me on Instagram. Just kidding, it's a little bit bigger than that. But anyway, thank you so much for joining. We are going to get started right away. First, I'm going to do a quick explanation. If you watched last week's live, it's having some issues. I couldn't even change the thumbnail. It was having a lot of problems. So I just wanted to make sure that everything's good this time. So we're using her phone. Should be all good. No worries, right? Everything's going to work out. So quick recap of last time. We had a fantastic time trying to figure out whether our new friend Derosh, or Derosh, depending on how you want to pronounce it, he let them stay in their house, his house. And he's a really nice guy, he's a dwarf, and the whole city that they're in right now is called Nok-Reshal, and it is very nice. It is the dwarven capital of the world, so it is, it's quite large, it's about 20,000 strong, underground, and then the surrounding area, of course, is, I mean, it's even topside, it's pretty big. Anyway, so I can't remember the password for the life of me. I think I just need the last, yeah, okay. I just want to make sure, I'm like, where am I? Ugh. It's broken forever. Alright, let me make sure the sound is doing okay. We have a little mic here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. We're all good. Okay, that makes me happy. And we have this open. Someone's already watching right now. Hey guys, how you doing?
Okay, there you go.
Please go ahead and say hello, just so I know who's on, because I like to chat with y'alls. Oh, I said y'alls.
Because we were watching something that takes place in Texas.
That might be it.
There you go.
That might be it. That's why I married her. She's smart and keeps me my head on straight. That and she's adorable and will take me. Alright, so guys, last moments of the last game were comprised of us figuring out about a book. When we teleported into a library, and it was a whole problem because it was the ancient section of the library that's forbidden to anyone but dwarves. Odeon, our resident warlock, decided to steal things, because that's what warlocks do sometimes. No offense, it's fine. And he stole a book, some old texts about an ancient civilization that we're trying to destroy, about the Yuan-Ti. They are jerkfaces, and they pretty much ruined their situation. For a year and a half, they've had them slaves. And she came to the picture just recently. She was searching for a same book, trying to find out how to destroy them, mostly to get back her father, who has been recently enslaved. They don't know that yet, but they just got involved, and so they're all hanging out in Derosh's house, and it is a very...
We were about to leave.
You were about to leave, whether to go to the market or something. You'd been there for only a day. So, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, let's get going. Hello, Ryan Veltman.
Well,
oh yes, I know you. You recent.
First off, I'm not wearing his colors. I'm
Yes,
not gonna do
he
that.
tried to give everyone like either a sash or some kind of vestment to show that they're under his protection, or it's more of a novelty thing.
I don't need
showing
it,
off.
so I'm not gonna take it.
That's all good. It's all
don't
good.
want it.
She's not taking it. What about you? You
Dwarves. Don't need any of that.
Yeah.
You know, elf dwarf racism. It's a big problem, but no one's talking about it. Anyways, let's get going. All right. What about you?
What about me?
Are you like letting him give you his colors?
I made the suggestion. He wanted to put us in full suits.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm the one that said no, but I'll take a sash.
Right. That's right. You did. Well, it's good because in this situation, everyone's the guys that came out with the robes and things like that. They're just like, oh, okay. They did clean your armor. I want remember they cleaned your clothes and your armor when you stayed the night, which is good. They actually returned it to you, and no one's trying to kill you yet. So, which is already a plus for you guys.
There yet.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, their whole situation from the moment we started our campaign, our lives, episode 1, they've been in just terrible situations.
Yeah.
They went from slavery in like a Egyptian-style Mayan sacrificial death pit to the Underdark, which is the same thing, and it's just
only less
Egyptian,
Egyptian.
less Egyptian and more murdery. But yeah, they've had bad situations. This is the first place and first city that they've been in that has not tried to immediately kill them. So
Yep.
this is good. And so, as you're about to leave, Derosh comes out to you, and he says, "I see you're one of my colors. You're looking good. I understand that you've declined, and I respect that. But I just wish to thank you for understanding our customs. Stay near to them, and if anyone asks, they can vouch for you. If there's any questions or problems, please refer them to my door, and we'd be more than happy to help out if there's any misunderstandings."
I'll keep that in mind.
He actually walks up to each of you and puts his hand over each of your hands and gives you 10 gold each, saying, "Please have a nice."
Even me?
Yeah, even you. Even you. Gives you.
That
He's
sounds
like,
gay.
and he says.
He has some kind of angle, doesn't he?
He says, "If you wear my colors in Nok-Reshal, I'll gladly fund your next adventure. But of course, I understand that you've declined.
He's like a patron.
This is not a token, but he's like, this is but a token. I know friendship cannot be bought with money. I have fallen out of favor with some of the other families." And then, just as he's saying this, you hear a shout coming from the back rooms. And then, you can't tell really what kind of shout it was. It was just some loud noise, some voice that went up and then it was quiet. He said, "I apologize. My son's a little upset. An artifact was stolen from me that means a great deal to the dwarves, and no one knows where it is. My son believes he knows where it is, but he's a little bit biased towards different families. I did tell you that there's some squabbles, and I haven't told you everything, but it's just be careful while you're out, not to make enemies of any particular families. If they're wearing colors, sigils, we dwarves are very, very tight-knit to our own." And he says, "With that, I absolutely have a fantastic afternoon. If you'd like to come back here and sleep for the night, you're welcome. Again, my wife doesn't want you here forever, but before you head on your travels, please let me know so I can at least bid you my farewells."
Okay.
I just walk out the door.
It's all good.
Okay.
He sees you leave, and he just goes. Odeon follows in suit after he does a little dwarvish bow. I'm not going to do it for you. I was literally just moving my chair. But you see Odeon kind of hang back a little bit, and Alana comes with. She has no interest in staying behind. She's the very quiet cavalier. She's a fighter class. She's a girl that's been with us the whole time through.
What's her name?
Since the beginning. Her name is. What did I just say?
I think
Alana.
you said Alana.
I'm Alara.
Alara.
I think you're right, though.
I think
that's
it is
her name.
Alana.
Yeah.
Okay, because I
Yep.
was like, wow, would you just like that kind
Yeah,
of...
Lady
first
Alana
names?
Hawk.
Oh.
Yep. Anyway, she
Alana.
comes along.
That's Lady
Alara.
Hawk.
Lady Hawk. Anyway, she comes along. She's just a quiet, wants to go home situation, so she's coming along anyway. Even though she's not quite part of the group. She never really was. She just got involved
She was
and then
trapped.
escaped with you.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you go? What do you want to do?
I want to find some kind of.
Remember, you still have your ring of telekinesis.
Mhm.
You still have.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he stole it from one of the leaders.
From the auntie, what's his name?
Yeah, Ammonius, your
Ammonius.
arch enemy.
Yeah. Ammonius, the flying snake.
Yeah, he can levitate, do all sorts of fun stuff.
I wanted to find some kind of store.
Oh, so the market. Let's go to the market, because
Yeah.
I want to sell my bow, because I don't need
So
it
as you
anymore.
exit the household, you vaguely remember where to leave. Remember, it is a shaft that you came up on, kind of a sort of elevator run by steam. Very interesting architecture. You've never seen anything quite like it. And you go down it, you get out, and then there's just this whole open world of the Dwarven City. You're not quite sure where to go at this point. You're in a richer district as everything kind of slopes up. They've even managed to carve out a sort of faux cobblestone. You know, it's like it's a fake cobblestone, but they've seen it in different cities and kind of made it look like a rich
But
district.
I should know where to go, right? Because I've been here for a while.
You do, yes.
Okay.
That's a good point. So you're leading the way, and
Sure.
okay, it takes you about 25 minutes to maybe about 40 minutes to get to where you're going. You're not quite sure because the sun isn't out. It's all dark down here. It's lit by different forms of torches. Some are almost without any flame. And you get down to the whole city market, and it is bustling. You're coming down the hill, and after several weaving through the streets, you find yourself in a busy market.
Okay.
It's not too early in the morning. There's quite a bit of traffic here, but friendly folk, all doing their business. Bonjour, good day.
I want to acquire some traveling supplies, like food
Okay, let me pull that up.
and rope.
You can't have it. All right, so I want you to roll perception on the whole area because it's quite large.
Perception on the whole area.
Pencils are right there. Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Nice. That's not great. All right. By the way, sound effects are coming from Sword Coast Soundscapes. Check them out. They're free to use. They're fantastic. If it's too loud, I'm gonna check right now since she's doing that.
There you go.
Nope, it's good. I just like to add a little bit of ambiance. All right. I don't talk like that ever, so thank you for joining anyway. And staying with us even though I'm weird. Okay. All right, with an 8, you don't quite know where to go. There's a lot of short people hanging around. You can see over them well enough, but everything's written in Dwarvish. Most places. There's a few that's written in Common. You see
Doesn't
something...
he speak Dwarvish, though?
No.
No, only when I'm using the ring.
Oh.
You see something called the House of Mystic, and next to it has Dwarvish writing. You don't see anything...
House of Mystic.
Yeah, you're not seeing anything right now that says anything about, like, looking for rope. Rope for sale!
Well, come on, Doris are master spelunkers. They should have...
Yep, there are shops all about for that. At the moment, you're not able to find it where you're at.
Okay.
I just feel like I would know because I've been here for a long time.
Roll history, see if you do.
Okay.
I can't tell you what you know.
Oh, an 8.
Do you have any
Plus
history?
5.
Oh, you actually vaguely remember. For a moment, you're like, I don't know. Adventuring? Well, I haven't adventured much here. You do remember there's an adventure. It's called Adventures of Nok-Reshal. It's run by a man named Tommen. So it's about 8 or 9 stalls down from where you're at. When I say stalls, they're all like carved into the side of the rock, but they're all laid out in front. So you remember where it is.
So they're like booths.
Kind of, yeah.
Stone booths.
Yeah, you just clear them out, put in the next,
And what
Failed
sold
businesses
there?
don't go
Just
anywhere.
like survival gear?
You've never been in it, but you remember seeing it.
Oh.
You've met Tommen. He was a very stout,
He was king.
beautiful man.
Did you say Tommen?
Yeah.
Isn't that the name of
Yeah,
it?
but as a D at the end.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't pronounce the D, it's silent.
The D is silent.
Don't forget that. It's Tommen, but without the D. Alright, anyway. Tim. Alright, so I suppose you go there?
I don't know anything about it.
Alright, so
I'm just looking
Yes.
around dumbfounded.
everyone comes along, except Odion. He
You have
takes
no
off.
reason to trust me, but trust me. I know where I'm
Hey,
going.
let's go down this dark alley together.
Odion says, I'll send up a bright light where I'm at if you have trouble finding me, but we have our stones, if you remember.
So he's separating.
Rune stones.
Communication stones?
We
Yeah.
have rune stones that we stole off some Githyanki in the Underdark. They were using them as a form of, I guess, modern-day walkie-talkies. The only problem is we don't know if anyone else is listening, but the good news is that we know that we can hear each other if we're holding it. Just in your mind.
So, wait. Odion is not staying.
He has some other things he's looking for.
I'm a little.
She like really doesn't trust him.
I'm a little hesitant to have him leave my side.
Was it because he lied about his whole life and he's a Yuan-Ti pureblood?
Well, yes,
And he's also a warlock.
He has the
not a
book
great
that I
mix.
was looking for, and he keeps telling us about this ritual or something that he wants us to find things for, but yet he won't tell us what that's for exactly.
Yeah, just
So I
haven't had
don't
a
trust
good enough
him.
conversation for it, but yeah.
Exactly. So I'm actually going to follow him.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so he starts walking
Never
off.
split the party.
You're in the marketplace. What could go wrong?
So many things. Have you seen Aladdin?
Suddenly a dragon bursts through the ceiling. Anyway, alright, so you walk in. When I say walk in, you walk past a few people in the way, and you just kind of step into this area.
Elbowing doors in the heads. Get out of my way.
Alright, you do see a busy man with little small glasses right on the tip of his nose, and he's rifling through some pages, and he's talking to another person.
Little Christopher.
Little
I say, ho there, shopkeep.
And he says, yes, one moment, sir. Please look around. If you have any questions, don't steal, you lose a hand, all that business. Keep going.
What's he have?
Alright, so as you search around, I mean, past the perception, you see he does have adventuring gear. Various packs, various, implements to use in these packs. He even has large packs, like backpacks. But you see definitely a nice 50-foot hemp rope. It's quite strong.
Okay. Yes. I want rope. Do I also see, like, does he have travel food?
Oh, yes, of course he does.
Apples, bread,
They're all dried.
sausages,
It's all in the same
hard
cheese.
cheese.
It's all on the same wall. This particular area that you're looking at. You
all
can't
there.
quite differentiate. He'll have to point them out, but you smell them. There's different spices on them. It
Okay.
smells like it wouldn't be a bad thing to have on the road.
jerky.
Trail mix.
Some
Nice
nuts.
little raisins tossed in that you just pick out on the way. Yes, you do see that, but he's just finishing up, and he walks over. When I say walks over, he like toddles over to you and says, "Yes, can I help you? What are you looking for?"
I'm looking for traveling supplies, good sir.
You have a silly accent. Where are you from?
I am from the Isles of Zast.
Apparently, he had some sun-scorched situation to his brain. But yeah, he says, "Yes, interesting. Okay, well then, come on then. Yeah, with it, what are you looking for in particular? I see you have that rope around your shoulder. I suppose that's 2 silver.
2 silver, you say?
That is what I said.
I'm also after travel food.
Right behind you, sir. What particular food? You're not one of those non-meat eaters.
You mean those veggie types?
The ones that hate the plants and will only eat those. My understanding is fuzzy, but anyway,
Yes.
what in particular you wanted? Like meats?
Yeah.
Okay, so he hands you a little sack of it and says, "That'll last you about a week.
About a week.
You looking for longer? Where are you going?"
I'm a traveler.
Vague, but I was asking like how many days you'll be traveling.
Hard to say.
How many days you be traveling?
How many days you be traveling, yo? That was the whitest way to say that possible, but hey, I went there. All right, so he asked you how long you're going to be going, so he can put out the amount of food you'll be eating.
I really don't know.
No, you wouldn't, because you travel by portal.
While I'm thinking about
Walking,
it,
what's that?
That's
something occurs to me, and I want to think about, history check. Am I aware of anything in particular that would kill all these angels that are in this cave thing? I want to run a history
side check. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I know it's totally out of nowhere,
no,
but
no,
I'm
you're
thinking
good.
about it, because I'm
No,
thinking
no,
about the future.
While you're looking at this dried jerky, your thoughts are to the dried
Yeah.
angels in the
Yeah.
cave.
This is history, right?
It sure is.
17.
Yes and no. So you actually spent a great deal of time studying, where your brother spent a great deal of time meditating. You found out that angels that have fallen often either turn to ash. There are certain circumstances you've heard of angels that become solid state. They're not necessarily dead.
Okay.
They're more like trapped indefinitely, unless a celestial deems them necessary to be broken free. Most of the time in time of war,
Okay.
sort of situation.
Okay.
And he's,
Okay.
are you okay there? I lost
Flashback.
you for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So just
About a 1 gold.
I flip him a coin.
He catches it in his hand adeptly, looks at it, puts it in his bag, and says, "Guys, if not, have a fantastic evening. It's daytime, isn't it? Have a nice day." And I'll see you.
I'll ask you a question before we leave.
Yes, what can I help you with then?
I want to buy rations for all of my team members.
A week's worth.
Yes. 5 people.
Yeah, 5 people, week's worth. I'm going to say about 9 gold.
Oh, you gotta come down on that. You gave me one week's worth for 1 gold with rope.
Roll for it. Roll for persuasion. The very, very nice.
Whatever.
By the way, sorry if we lose you for a second. I think we're back. Sorry if we lost you. He bought it. You didn't miss anything.
Didn't have a choice apparently. Bought my own for 1, bought 5 others for 10. So whatever.
But the good news is it makes
Constipation.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna have things that'll move you. All right. So anyway,
no, I had a more serious question for him.
yes.
Are there any local enchanters in the marketplace?
Ah yes.
Oh yeah, we're looking for a wizard.
There's an
right?
interesting folk.
Someone
Yeah.
to summon a
Maybe,
little
yeah.
lesser demon, right? Isn't
no,
that what we're looking for?
no.
If they have them, but
Many-
that's not quite what I'm
Many
thinking.
people ignore him, but he's not from here. We tend to shun him. He doesn't necessarily have one of these cubbies, but he's about 10 cubbies that way. He's at the very end.
This is kindergarten.
Yeah, he's an odd fellow.
No.
No. So here's the thing. As you know, I'm a forget fellow.
Yeah.
We're back.
That's
I forgot to plug in this. You know the important thing of plugging in? I didn't. But here's what you missed. Nothing. Because she spotted it in time. My wife is brilliant. My wife is brilliant. All right.
Let's not go there.
Just yeah, sorry, we're good. We're good, we're back. We're buying wares. We're heading to Casbiel, the fantastic man. He's at the end. Anyway, Alana's,
Followed him.
you said you're following him.
I just thought I was gonna go with him.
Oh,
But if,
then you run up to the side.
no, I'm gonna follow him behind. I
Okay.
like to, even though
you
I know
see
he
him
probably knows I'm
You
there.
see him strolling through the crowd, and it's not hard to lose him. They're all up to about right here. He's just walking through the crowd.
La 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 la.
It's like the Philippines. And anyway, as he's walking through the crowd, he's just kind of eyeing different shops. And he walks over to one, and it's like a cloak shop. You see, it's like all these fine cloaks rolled out. And he starts speaking in Dwarvish to the local shopkeep.
Gosh, I wish I knew how to speak Dwarvish.
In all your time here, you didn't even pick up a few words. I'm
Right.
sure you did.
What is it, Sylvan?
Yeah.
What is that gonna do me? Except to be the book.
Your father speaks Sylvan. There's other people somewhere. Just what you speak.
And
I can't help what you
Elvish in
speak.
common.
Your dad is an Eladrin, and your mother's a high elf. Anyway,
It says it right there. What my race is.
yes, that it does. Technically a moon
There's
elf,
a lot of information on these sheets, guys.
especially with how I filled them out. Anyway,
Yeah,
right.
see?
So, Odion's buying a cloak.
I have 3.
He's buying a cloak, and you see him reach into a bag and start pulling out a staff. It's the bag of holding.
Oh.
He pulls out the drow whip, the, like tentacle whip type thing, and it was enchanted.
The snake head whip.
It was actually not a snake head. This had like actual tentacles on it.
Oh.
And so he pulls it out and hands it to him, and the man is just shocked visibly, and he says, he just hands him, he doesn't even say anything. He just hands him the nice raiment, and he gives him, and then he gives him a little bag of gold on top of it. And Odeon takes it and turns around, looks at you, and says, "Ah, hello."
What are you up to?
Shopping. What are you up to, following me?
You just leave and you know that you have something that's very precious, and you just left.
My smile. I've heard that before. And he says, "I just. Would you like something here?"
At the cloak shop? No.
I mean, in the market, my dear.
I want to sell my bow.
Ah, yes. Well, shall I ask him, or do you already know?
I don't speak dwarfish.
All right, so he turns and asks him, and he points vaguely in a direction, and he says, "Walk with me, we'll go." And you start heading that way, and about 3 minutes, you make your way through this crowd. It's a little bit crowded further in you go. A little nice fountain in the middle of it, but it's ornate, but almost like they shouldn't have done it because there's just so little room to maneuver. You get into the area and you see it's a Fletcher. They also sell bows here as well.
Okay.
And it says Fletcher on it, and it says underneath it's carved into the rock, "Common spoken here."
Oh, perfect. Fantastic.
All right, and you walk up. You see a woman named, well, you don't know her name.
I just know.
You're just like, "You look like," it's a name tag. Gabrielle.
No.
All right, you walk up, and
I must be polite.
she's busily putting feathers onto some arrows,
Nice,
and she
okay.
looks up at you as you come in, and she has to look high because you're pretty tall. She's just,
Cool. I'm
"Hello
tall.
there."
That's exciting.
I mean, taller than her. Is that why you're here?
Yeah, so I can be tall. Hello. I have a bow that I no longer need. Do you buy?
Yes, we buy bows all the time.
It's well taken care of. It's served me well. It's a very nice bow. Here you go. How much-
Everyone says that about their bows. May I? She takes it from you. You just kind of toss your bow that you've had for years.
No. I
You just
hand
like,
it
"Here you
over
go."
nicely.
She takes it from
He
you.
pulls
as,
training.
This is made
Everybody
out of
says about their boats. What?
made out of plywood. All right, as she looks at
It's
it,
an elven bow, and I'm an elf.
you see her. She
so-
says the balance is nice, and she starts testing every bit of it and starts strength checking.
And
the-
this is a perfect bow. It's polished and well
and
taken
it's
care of.
and it even has like nice little
Yeah. 'Cause
carvings
it's
inside of it.
elvish.
And she says, "Oh, this is quite nice. This is
Wait, which one did I give him? I'm just kidding.
the oath bow. You've had your wondrous item. It's
It's
actually very rare. It's not wondrous. Anyway, you take the. Anyway, she doesn't give you the bag. She says, "And how much do you think it's worth?"
I don't know what currency means in this world.
You think maybe it's about 20 to 50.
Everything that's in your shop, that's what it's worth. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
That's a great way to haggle. This stuff is useless. Mine's better. I'll take the lot. So she says, she looks at you and for a moment she says, 25.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
You can roll history on it.
Ah, I hate rolling.
Well, rolling likes you.
13.
You know about bows. Let me see how much you know about bows.
I only rolled a 13 and I know about bows.
You know more about that. Let's just.
That's a history check.
I'm
Did you add your +5?
stalling.
Don't you have +5 on history?
Oh,
It's 8.
You're an elf. You know
I always
so much
forget
about
about
bows.
that. Yay!
She's lying. A lot.
Okay.
But at least 25 gold.
Okay. I say I think it's actually worth more like 70.
And she says, well, 70, never in my life have I ever paid for it. Well, 70 sounds decent. You're willing to come down just a little? 65.
Deal.
I'm not very good at this. Oh, okay, well, will you at least buy something else at the shop with the gold I gave you?
Wow. Okay, what
That's
kind
my
of...
entire
What
savings.
kind... Oh, I feel bad.
My whole profits!
Oh,
My
no!
children are starving! They're just little
Okay.
wee bearded
Okay,
babies.
okay. I'm gonna need arrows for
Living
my new bow.
cubbies.
I'm gonna need arrows for my new bow. It doesn't, like,
Only the
require
finest
special,
arrows
right?
for the finest bow. Where did you get that nice bow on your back there? You know, gods. Just hand you things.
Oh, you know, I got it at Nunya.
Where's that? Anyway, she asked you where it's at, where you got that from.
A little old woman decided to bequeath it to me because I helped.
I almost
her.
want to give you an inspiration for some bequeath. Like, seriously. That's so, well said.
Don't kid about that because you know how I feel about my inspiration point.
Sure. Jangling points in front of your eyes. She says, well, it's quite beautiful, and that little old woman must have not needed it. It's quite expensive. I'd be hard pressed to even walk around in daylight with that thing on my back.
Oh, really? Okay, I need arrows.
Okay, what
I feel like
make?
she's trying to rob me.
Look how nice your things are.
Go get things. So speaks into her wrist. All right, so she says, well, those are the arrows. We have dwarven, elven, goblin, orc, and she just starts pointing iron, steel, all that.
And are elven ones the best? Which ones are the best?
Well,
I know.
I'll give you elven because you're an elf. My
That's
peasant
what
is dwarven. They're a little bit thicker. They
Well,
go
this is
straight
what
through armor.
I'm used to. I think it's what's gonna work best with my new bow
Okay.
because it's
Fair
an
enough.
elvish bow.
Fair enough. I understand. And will you be needing just one quiver, or you're going places? You look like a woman on a mission.
We'll just take one.
Is it a
for
man?
now.
It's always a man. Trying to take him out from afar. I understand. Don't tell anyone, but I know. I gotcha.
Right. So that means
There'll be 1 gold.
Sure. There you go.
It is. It's right on the money. All right, so you buy your arrows.
I feel bad because I made like what 15 gold profit on the bow.
She didn't know. She'd never seen a bow like that.
No, I'm saying the elven one, and she tried
I know.
Oh.
She'd never seen an elven bow.
Oh.
So she doesn't have any bows like that. She just has standard short bows.
Oh.
For short people. It's up on the sign. Short bows for short people.
That's their slogan.
Yeah, it's all etched in the wall. They're serious about it. All right. So
It's their way of life.
down to the whole thing of it. Is there anything else that you need?
What else is in the store?
Arrows and bows.
That's it. Okay, I'm good.
I do make a nice fine wine, but it's not for sale.
Oh,
Perhaps
good
you
to
can
know.
come by sometime and we can chat about men.
That would be lovely if I'm ever in this neck of the woods again, which
I don't
probably
even
won't
know
be
your
like
name.
me.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's so rude. I'm Lara.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Lara. I'm Gabrielle.
Oh, you are Gabrielle.
For realsies. I'm the Gabrielle.
Oh, very nice. Well, good job. Okay, goodbye.
All right. And Odeon says, well, that was interesting. You made a bit of gold on that. Let's head back to the rest of the group before they get too muddled in the crowd. Not like they're up to see. These dwarves are getting smaller by the minute. All right. What are you doing?
I was headed towards the enchanter.
You find him. Strange.
I think maybe I should have followed him because now I'm wondering what he's trying to
All right. You make your way down there, and it just gets.
Everyone's so suspicious.
It kind of slopes a little bit. It's it's all carved out, so not all of it's perfectly straight. The dwarves tend to keep a very tight, corners. Everything's very nice. This area was like slumped off. It's kind of where like the water runoff from the fountain. Sometimes it cracks and goes through. Anyway, he's down there.
Okay. So he's like down this dark corridor.
He's this reject.
I mean, it's not like a dark corridor. It's more like the end. Like he didn't get the cool spot, but he's fine.
I was stuck with the losers place.
Nobody likes me.
She's wide awake over there.
I'm sure she is. All right. As you step forward, you say, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
I say, I've been told this is where the enchanter is.
Yes. What can I do for you? You
Yes,
just see him now. He's this very toothless old man. He's actually human.
Okay. I'm looking to have a few items enchanted. What type of enchantments
Who
do you
says
do?
I can enchant your items? I just met you.
You just agreed to saying that you were an enchanter.
Did I now? Well, that I am. Come over here. So you come over. So what do you want enchanted? What kind of enchantment are we talking about? Do you want the scaly kind that turns people to frogs? Or are you looking for more the burny
question.
kind?
What kind of enchantments are you capable of?
It just depends on the day. I got kicked out of the Arcanum and all that, but it doesn't matter. But the point is I can enchant and it can hurt. Whether you or him or them or anyone.
Okay.
Ask in particulars. He's obviously very strange.
Yes.
Everybody in this place is strange.
Most of my people are. They all come from up here now.
Do you have any elements of control of how who these things are directed towards?
Yes. Given a day or two, I can figure out the right spells to make it the way it is.
Okay.
I don't just slap the blade and it just comes out the way it is.
Why not?
Because you got kicked out.
I got kicked out before that part. I know the spell's just not the way, and sometimes it... The point is I can help you. What are you looking for in particular? It costs money. I have 2 favors.
I have 2 favors.
What are some enchantments that you've done recently?
There was a looking glass a man had asked me to spy through walls with. I only was able to go through clothes, and I don't think that was the desired effect. The point is that he was a thief. Oh, I should have said that. Oh, confidentiality and all that, I forget. But I can do things with your blades.
I was actually thinking about my armor.
Interesting. What are you planning on doing? You want to see through your armor?
I don't want to see through my weapon.
Invisible weapons can come in handy.
Well, if other people see through them, that's fine.
Right, so what would you like particularly with your armor, sir?
Anything that would give me edge in battle.
Will you be fighting
Dangerous words to ask a
Will you be
character
fighting
who
at
got
sea
kicked out of your
anytime
canon.
soon?
What?
Will you be fighting on sea anytime soon? Are you some sort of mariner? You've got the kind of look of a sea-swept fellow I once knew. I think his name was Robert. No, that was Bobbert.
See the guy we're looking for?
No. In fact, I don't think he knows what that is.
It's not the guy we're looking for.
No. Why don't you show me some items that you have?
Yes, I have a few.
Show me
I
what
have
you
a few.
have.
He pulls out this box. Like, it's just this wooden box. He sets it on this little table that's rickety, and he says, rifle through there and I'll tell you what they are.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You want me
Be
to...
careful. Some of them burn.
What do you want me to roll? Or do you want me to roll?
Constitution. Maybe intelligence to see if you should.
Okay. Let's see. What's intelligence? So 13 on intelligence.
Okay. You see that there's a couple on top that don't look volatile. They don't look like you're going to burn your hand off by touching them.
Okay.
In fact, there's a ring on it one, and you see it and you pick it up, and it feels very, very light. Like it's made of like a heavy metal. You can see that, but when you pick it up, it's so much lighter than you thought it'd be. It's almost like made of like aluminum. You know, it's just very, very light. You're not
have a
quite.
ring for every finger.
That's right. I'll be known as wearing the arcane.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, so you roll Arcana on it. I would say to see if you can figure out what it is.
Can't I ask him?
You can ask him, but you might not know.
Okay.
You're not quite sure with him.
18.
Okay. With that, you've had some ability with magics before. You've seen a few things. This particular ring is... you can tell that when you drop it, it kind of goes slower. It's a ring of feather falling.
Okay.
You're not sure if it works all the time, but it seems sound.
Okay. Ooh. Does he have anything else?
That you're willing to look at?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's at least a couple more, and
Okay.
let me get to those right now. All right. You do see an amulet, and as you kind of pick it up, it has a blue crystal in the center, but the crystal is hollow, and there's water inside of it that's actually like moving around. But the closer you look, it actually kind of looks like the ocean itself. It's actually quite beautiful. But what it is, you're not quite sure.
Okay.
He says, yes. Do you plan on walking on water? It works half the time, most of the time.
Works 60% of the time, every time.
In that sort of sense. I see you've done this before.
Okay.
At this point, the rest of your friends are kind of showing
Yeah,
up behind you.
I'm interested in the ring. How much?
Which one? The one that walks on water, or the one that I don't know if the
The
ring
ring.
walks on water? the one that's all light and feathery looking.
Does this ring look like a feather?
Kind of. Like that.
Oh, it actually does.
Oh.
Okay.
It was designed for its purpose. Now, let me say, that's going to cost you. And Odeon steps forward and says, how much? And he says, I'm sorry, who are you? And Odeon steps forward and says, I'm his friend. We don't have a lot of money, but we'd be happy to take that ring. It could come in handy. He says, well, I don't particularly know you, but if you are his friend, I don't know. What do you think it's worth?
What do I think it's worth?
If you could descend like a bird, like I often do to bed.
Magical items can go either way, and from the way it's been described to me, you're not quite sure if it'll work.
Well, it's true. I'm not quite sure if it always does. But the point is,
So, with us not being sure of how well it works, I think you should make me what you think is a fair offer. For a risky item.
80 gold. Straight up.
No, that's way too high.
And a date with that one.
Tell you what, I'll give you 20 gold.
20 gold. Roll persuasion.
Oh, come on.
Unless you roll 20, it's not going to be it.
No.
Yeah, it's haggling. It's not over. It's, just,
With my bonus, I would get a 20.
it's a strong argument that a natural 20 beats anything.
Yeah.
And he says, 20 is far too low. You know that. That's highway robbery. I could get more from a robber.
80s highway robbery.
Yes. I mean, no. I'll tell you what. If you spend 80 on it, I'll let you keep the doodad with the water thing. It goes up to your waist. It works, but you'll be waist deep in the water.
Tell you what.
Have you personally tested this?
Did you say that?
Yes.
My lady. Well, yes, I've tested it in the bathtub.
That doesn't count.
Fine, it doesn't work, but it's pretty and it would look good on your neck. And it
No
might
words.
work.
He said it doesn't work.
It might work. But it looks pretty.
And this ring.
Featherfall.
Ah, this is a pretty ring.
I
Yes, it look quite good on his hand.
Have you tried this ring?
Yes. Every night when I go to bed. It helps me not fall.
Okay, so here's... If you are afraid to use it on anything higher than falling into your bed, then that is...
I'm not rightly going to jump off the church.
Well, if you insist that it works, then you should be able to. So,
Are you
either
suggesting
giving
I
it
go
to
jump
him,
off the church?
give it to him for, let's say, 40.
Roll
And,
persuasion.
and you know, or you go jump off the church with it.
Just so you know that the internet is not bad, we rubbed the screen with mayo. Alright. Roll
Wait, what am I
persuasion.
doing? Oh.
Ooh.
Yes! 18.
Here comes a natural 5.
Yeah!
Alright. And he looks at you and he's a little bewitched by your looks and says, well,
By my looks, I just made a sound argument
It
here.
was a very sound. He also doesn't want to jump off the church.
Okay.
And he says, fine, fine. But please, take this necklace as a
Fine.
tell everyone about Caspian.
He really wants to give this necklace away.
I'm afraid it's cursed.
You gotta sell it. Odin whispers in your, you can always sell it.
I gingerly take it from him and put it in my back.
No ill effects happen immediately.
I'm a little afraid.
Alright. He says, tell your friends about Caspiel's wandering odds, ends, and earwax.
So, Caspiel, you and your earwax.
It's magic.
I'm sure it is.
Everlasting candles underwater.
Oh,
Interesting.
Mind you, it is my earwax.
If only I had reason to live underwater.
Now, with that necklace, you might.
maybe. We'll be wasting.
Just so you know, I wear most of this jewelry about my day.
I wanted to ask him, so you're probably aware of magician's circles within the city?
Mad magicians.
I guess we are looking for a mad one, aren't we?
We're looking for a summoner. Somebody who's willing to take a little bit of risk, if you know what I mean.
I can do it. But better you go to the Arcanum. It's back up the.
I think that's the...
It's back up the. I've been there once. I swear it. Go up the street with all the taverns, and then go right back and go around, and you'll find it.
Okay, sounds good.
Good instructions, thanks. You said this was at the Arcanum?
Mind you, it's been a few years.
You studied it at a Dwarvish Arcanum?
They wouldn't take me to human one.
It's okay.
I don't think I have any more questions for her.
I'm sorry, but I think you just lost 40 gold. But we got this beautiful
Do you need
necklace.
an adventuring buddy?
No. I think we have enough. Thank you very much.
Is this the trickster?
What'd you roll?
21. Let's see, no. What am I doing? Perception? 22.
He disappears.
Oh, no. I want my gold back.
But at least you only did 40 instead of 80.
Yeah. Who knows what the ring actually does, though?
I think I know.
With how high you rolled,
On my
it
Arcana.
is exactly 100% what he gave you.
Okay. Alright.
And you got it for a steal. 50% off.
Again, who knows?
It turns out there's a man coming up that looks exactly the same that's coming up with a cart and looking at all of you and said, yes?
I'm gonna pocket the ring before he sees it. Go.
Alright, and that's it. Anything else that you want in this particular area? As he comes up, he says, I do enchantments, how can I help you? My name's Caspian, as you can see. He's very sound. Very totally normal. Looks the same. You always tend to spot the dress. He's not always crazy, but sometimes he is.
Yeah.
Alright.
There was too many inconsistencies there. Why would he study with the dwarves? And if he was dropped out, why would they let him sell in the city? It just didn't make any sense.
He just runs away with his card as the guards come. All final purchases are final. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Is there anything else that you're looking for in this area?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm kind of interested in seeing what the amulet really is. If it was from the
Go ahead.
trickster.
But you're gonna have to buy it now.
Well, I'm gonna wait to pull it out.
No,
until
you
this guy
purchased it from a reliable source. He gave you the money. He left with the things he had.
Oh, meaning he brought that stuff.
Yeah, the guy's coming up with
Oh.
new stuff.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So what do I do?
What you want?
Well, I want to look at it and figure out.
Okay,
if it's...
roll Arcana.
Okay, that's.
You could always ask him to identify it
True,
too,
but
as
she
an
can-
enchanter.
True.
If he fell.
Sure.
She will not fail.
If I
She might.
Right. There is
There's a high
every
possibility.
possibility. I'm the worst roller ever. 16.
It does have some magic to it. You can feel like a sort of glow from it, different from the normal object.
Okay.
As you're inspecting it, Casbia walks up and says, I used to have one just like that. It's actually quite interesting. You can walk on water with it, but only for about 10 seconds. Mind you, it only works for 10 seconds. I wouldn't pay much more than 5 gold for it. I mean, it is beautiful, but...
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. I'm not selling it. I'm just looking
Oh,
at
I thought you were. I apologize.
No.
I'm sorry to presume, my lady. Anyway, mind if I sit up? You're all standing kind of in my way.
Sorry.
If you're not getting any praise and you're not buying anything, I have a fantastic day.
Great customer service.
I am at the end. All right, so Odeon says, well, it's been a couple hours. An hour. Let's say about an hour. And should we go get some food or something?
Yeah, because it took us almost an hour to get here. So.
Yes, and with that, there's a man walking up. When I say man, a dwarf, and he introduces himself as Nokalev. He says, "Hey, I'm Nokalev. I'm from Derosh. He said protect you."
Huh?
Is he wearing his colors?
Emblem and all.
Why do we need protecting?
I don't think you do. I do what the money says.
Why does he think we need protecting?
You know, I didn't ask him.
Okay.
But my axe says that if anyone comes near you, take out their caps.
It's a very interesting group. I think I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer. Looks like trouble
It's the
follows
trickster
you.
again.
Yeah, right?
There's like literally no one in the city. He just comes up as a different character. He has nothing better to do. Eternity's very long.
Apparently.
No, he's very much a dwarf. Smells just like one. And he says, so I overheard you're looking for some food?
Yeah, I bought some food.
No, I mean, food. You know, now, food.
Oh, now food.
Bunch of
Now
dry
food.
garbage.
Not then food. Or tomorrow food.
Now food.
Yeah, now food. I call it now food. I call it yum. There is
Okay,
a
now
place-
food. Where is it?
Now food. It's actually called now food. It's interesting. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's start calling food that now.
This is now food, not then food. I had yester food a day ago. All right, so
Yester food's the best food.
he says, well, if you don't mind a little bit of a strong scent, there's a place that sells really nice, fine Dane Wolf ale. It's made here. It's famous. People ship casks of it all around the world.
This isn't food.
There's food there.
Is the food good there?
It will get you by.
Where's the place that the food is really good? That
across
boat
the
was
street. But they don't have that ale. They have wine. None of that fruity stuff for me personally, but we can go in the same area. You don't have to eat at one place or the other. I'm just telling you where it is.
I think he really wants to go get some of this ale.
This dude
Drinking on
comes
the
out
job.
Of, this dude comes out of nowhere and he's like, guys, there's some great ale. You gotta
I
come
heard you
with
wanted to
me.
get food.
Did you say food? Ale? Food?
Like our tour guide in Ireland who was drunk the whole time.
Yeah.
Those are the best tours. He took us all the alleys.
Like in Italy, our tour guide was
Oh,
drinking wine the whole time.
She was plastered.
Yeah.
Tours.
He's like, I feel you a little buzzed.
She
You
never
feel
got
it in my
down.
hair follicles. You
Ours
ever
was
thought about
like
that?
slurring his speech, like as he was like telling us about things. It
This
was
is the
so,
Chronic Castle.
it was so
Oh
funny.
man.
He was really.
But he was very good
His
humored.
name was
Uh-huh.
his name was David. He was a fantastic gentleman.
Was.
He was very English. All right.
And took a couple of
He
detours.
says this is where you can get food. It's across the street. If you have a problem with one of them and the other, hey, you know you can always eat at one, drink at the other.
All right, sounds good.
Right.
Now we're using our brains.
Off we go then. 10 minutes. You're there. Let's speed this up for the sake of time.
Yes.
You.
Spend
Fast travel.
Spend the entire episode debating where to eat.
I mean,
So
do
it's
we
like
go
a
to-
normal day.
ye old Arby's. Or
I don't know.
David always asks me where we should eat. And I'm like, why am I always the one that has to decide?
there's a fine redhead named Wendy who gives you nice fresh beef.
She claims to never freeze.
Oh.
Anyway, the food is exactly how he says. You can smell it in one, and the other one smells a little bit more fine. But the thing is the price difference. Depends up to you.
Are we still debating it? I thought we were there.
You're there.
Okay.
You're just deciding which one you're going in. She
She
said she doesn't choose particularly about the food.
I was just asking.
Oh.
I was curious.
Oh, okay. Well, the other one, I mean, you can see people
I'm
all
an-
with the
I'm
same
an
kind
elf.
of dish. It looks like a mixture of like it's like a soup,
I really
but it's
care
just
about-
potatoes and stuff.
I'm trying to remember what I know about elves.
potato soup.
Pretty much what they're eating: potato soup and various little hunks of meat. You're not sure. I mean, you can't identify.
They call it
from
wolf
distance.
ale. Is it wolf meat and potatoes?
Wolf meat.
He found out our secret. Roll up the cubby. All right. All right. So he, Odion just walks in and orders himself an ale, sits down, and starts eating what they give him.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question that's like outside. What do elves eat? Because in like Lord of the Rings, they only eat like
Vegetarian.
yeah.
Whatever you want. There's not like a code with this world. No. There are some that are like they don't want anything to do with killing things, but you've lived on the road for a long time and you're just
I'm a
like
killer.
you're just like it's food. I
Give me
eat.
all the meat.
Did you kill these potatoes too?
I only eat raw meat.
I only hunt my own potatoes.
All right.
Time to
Well, I
die.
guess I
free
just
range
follow.
potatoes.
I guess I just follow suit just because it's just whatever. I don't even care.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody
like,
eats. Everyone
whatever.
has an ale. No.
I don't have a lot of money. Actually, I do. I just got some, didn't I?
You got a good amount.
You're probably the wealthiest one in the group.
Yes.
She also had an elvish bow. But the thing is that Odion says, I'm going to go back and sell a few things. We did take some drow items, and I saw a shop back there that takes odds and ends. They might go for a nice... naturally, I do owe you all one of these. He says, since you're part of our group now, he starts pulling out these cloaks one by one and handing you each.
I'm part of the group now.
He thinks you are. He hands
Well,
each
he
of
bought
you...
me rations.
It's true. He
Doesn't
he
even
hands-
know me. I haven't even like told him my name.
I'm gonna say, if you haven't told him by now, it's very rude. Right, let's say during lunch you got a little bit acquainted.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So I mean, come
There
on.
has to be some
Okay.
conversation between.
But I was just thinking, I'm
If
like,
we
I
were-
don't even remember having this. I'm
If
not
we
saying
were
I'm
going
keeping
for
it from you on
four-
purpose.
If we were going for like 4 hours, there would be time for plenty of roleplay, and I'm eating this, and he's eating that, and fancy do, and fist fight that
I
man.
keep the spoon on the left side of the table while I use the fork on my right.
Odeon is
I
deeply
don't
offended.
keep my...
Summons a skeleton and you fight. You have a dance-off.
I leave my dirty utensils in the bowl.
All right, but the point is that we're not doing all that right now. People are talking louder. All right, as you're done,
Oh, we're done.
a little person runs up and hands you a note.
Who's you?
Gesturing to you. Yeah, he hands you a
Oh.
note.
The little person.
I mean, dwarf.
Hello, little person. Thanks for the
Politically
note.
correct. So
Who is this from?
I mean, he's not like a human who's little. It's a dwarf. And he says, Lord Derosh, sir.
Okay.
And he stands there for a second, just looking at you. And Odeon hands him a copper. And he says, thank you, sir. And he runs off.
Filthy shim-grubbing dwarf.
Inspiration. I'm just kidding. Not for that. That was great.
don't joke about that.
Inspiration all around.
Oh, I
Alright,
take those
I guess I'm
points
gonna
very
open it up.
seriously.
All right, so you see it, and it says, "My friends, grave news. My son, he's gone. He's taken off. He's charged towards. He doesn't stutter, but he's. You imagine the urgency.
The note is all stuttering.
He's doing the thing. He basically says that his son is going off to this rival's house, looking for blood, and this stone that was stolen from their house. He said it's called the Grey Emperor. That's what it's been called. Don't know why. And he would like you to intervene and stop him.
First, he has you start wearing his colors.
He's
Then
got
he
us
starts doing your errands.
And then you're his slaves.
That's what it seems like. Treachery.
Treachery.
Favorite treachery. So do you relate this to the group, or you just kind of...
I guess. Yes.
It's literally no obligation. It's just, that's what he said to you.
Well, I guess since he let us sleep in his house.
We owe him this favor of destroying another clan to save his son.
Is that what he asked us?
Odeon says, well, I'm all in favor of destroying things. But he never said we have to destroy them, we just have to stop his son.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So could we destroy his son?
That would be stopping him.
He didn't say how.
Exactly. All right, let's do this. This should be fun.
And you turn to Nikolev and he says, well, I know where that is. Yes, we need to hurry right now. And he's very, he's part of the clan. He's like a distant cousin.
Okay. This
so
is our bodyguard?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he leads you.
Forgot he was there.
So you go on a quick run.
God, I didn't say too many derogatory things.
Those looking down peoples. Anyway, as you start running through the streets, as he's taking off on a nice sprint, and dwarves, pretty good sprinters. He's getting pretty tired, but he runs up, and he gets to the top of this this whole area. Let me describe this. So you've got this market area, right? And you came from the rich district. Past the taverns, past all the shops, there's this road that kind of weaves up, and there's different houses along the way that have been built, not just out of the rock, because if they did, then it would just be one big oval.
Mm-hmm.
But there's different homes made out of wood and stone and different things like that in the center. It winds its way up, and then you find yourself on this big main road, many carts and people passing by. The air in here is very difficult to breathe. It's deep down. A lot of people.
It's industrial.
Yeah, and industrial is lower, so the smoke does come up a bit. There is a breeze, so it's not so terrible. But you make your way up, and he stops about, I want to say, 120 feet from an entrance to what looks like a kind of a compound. Very, very nice, ornate, carved. Big dwarven faces on the pillars at the very top of them. The whole area looks nice, and there's actually 2 dwarven sentries that are standing out front of this place. And he turns to you and says, well, that's the place. I don't see him. sentries don't look alarmed or upset, so it could be that we beat him here.
What do you know about the sun? Is he stealthy?
He's not.
Okay. I didn't think so. He was very loud
Yeah.
in the house. So I just
sneak
wanted to
in.
make sure.
He's like, well, he's. Don't repeat me. He's a bit of a hothead.
I was going to say crybaby?
He's known your words. He believes he knows, and so he's going to try to get it back. He's fought them multiple times in the streets.
Okay.
But if he's going after them by himself, he might mean blood, and we definitely need to stop him.
So we think we beat him here, maybe?
Okay, so perception.
Okay, perception on the area, yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
18.
There's actually carriages of a very unusual look. Dwarvish carriages being brought to the front, being pulled by people, not so much horses. And people are stepping out very ornately dressed in like masquerade masks.
It's a ball in the middle of the day.
Let's infiltrate.
It's getting closer to evening.
Oh, we've been here a long time.
You have been. They've been
We
scouting really well.
Let's get our own masks. They'll never see it coming. We're all like 3
we
feet
need to go
taller
back
than
to the
everybody.
market. Look at our
No one
map.
will notice. But you do notice that it's not all just dwarves.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This isn't just a dwarf city. And the higher ups aren't always dwarves.
Oh, I thought it was just a dwarf city.
It's about, I would say, 85% dwarf, 10% human, and the rest misk. Miscellaneous.
Oh, I was
Mist?
like,
What's a misk?
what's that?
Is it related to bisque?
Yep, they're soup people. Careful, you'll jostle me. Alright,
Like Cuphead or something?
not quite. Alright, so you see these people showing up, and he says, well, I don't know if he's sneaking in. He probably wouldn't do that, but they may have already captured him. I'm just spouting out ideas. What do you think? You're all taller than me. Perhaps you can see over the wall.
Well, we.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm tired.
No, you're fine.
Um,
Odeon says we might want to put on our cloaks, and
are they invisibility cloaks?
no,
Dang
but
it.
they are of the Underdark, and they're called Piwafwis, and they are
Invisibility.
Stealth.
right there. And yours is right.
Oh, it's so
Yours is
gross.
right.
Loses magic
That's
if
not
left in
much.
sun for
It's
1
right there.
hour.
It's right there.
Don't leave it in the sun for an hour.
But they're dark elf cloaks. They killed a bunch of dark elves that were slightly wounded from a previous battle. But fair. Odeon looted them and put everything that they had into the bag of holding. He sold quite a few of their things and got some good money from it. But he's going to distribute that with time. But the good news is that you have stealth cloaks, which gives you an advantage on all of your stealth rolls. So,
All right, let's go. Sneak in. Which way should we sneak in? Front door? They'll never see it coming.
They'll never
I
see
mean,
it coming.
depends. Just stand up really tall. Maybe they won't look up. Just with little feet. What are those? Strange leg people. All right. He says, well, obviously the front looks a little bit too guarded, but perhaps we should try to look for a different
I really
entrance.
didn't mean the front door. I was joking.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Elves can have a sense of humor.
He looks at you. Right. I knew that.
I'm going to ask him, what do you know about breaking into this place?
I don't know anything about. Often in parties of people bringing in crates and things like that. If we go around the back, perhaps we can get in.
With the
or
caterers.
we can knock out some people, take their masks, go up to the front, walk right in. I mean, those are two options. You could always bust through a
I
window,
think
jump
he
over
wants
a
the
wall.
option number 2. He was really excited about
He
that.
was really excited about it, yeah.
I mean, we don't have to kill them.
We could jump in one of those carriages before anybody gets out. Knock them out right
Sounds
inside
good.
the
Let's do it.
He's so excited. Wait, really? We want to...
No!
Of course, no. That would be stupid. And you hear him swear under his breath. It's in Dwarvish, but you're sure what it is.
All right, so we
And,
go around to the side.
Yeah, so when you roll stealth checks, you're just like, it's a street that kind of goes out, and it's at the edge. It's in a corner.
Natural 20.
I
Natural 20.
got
You are
20.
gone. That's enough. Yeah.
Not natural 20.
No, but it's definitely enough.
We can't all be naturally
Advantage.
successful.
Yeah, everyone's fine. All right, so he's the only one that doesn't have one, but he's still good. All right, so
What does advantage mean? Does that mean?
meaning you roll
Roll
twice.
can-
twice.
oh, I didn't
and
roll
take
twice,
the
but I
better
didn't
roll of
need
the
to.
two. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean 20 is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So you make your way around the side, like he said,
Yeah,
and
'cause that
you
would've
do
been
see
one.
there are some underlings of the house that are carrying in big crates. They look like it's full of different foods and things like that. A caterer, as it were. There's a person with a big feathery hat who's just like standing out. He goes over there. You can't really, just very happy with his job, ordering
we
these poor
just
people around.
sneak in as they bring them in?
We're caterers too. Big boxes. How do you want to do this?
Are they elves that are bringing it? I mean, not elves, dwarves that are bringing
Mixed.
it on? Ah, okay.
Mixed.
We knock out a few of these people and go with
Just knock them all out. Remember, we're in D&D. We all have abilities.
True.
No,
We do. I forget about that.
where would I,
I mean, you
learn
could
for that?
lift something and throw it somewhere. You could. I mean, really. You're,
I'm not familiar enough with everything.
well, you don't really have anything other than
Oh,
these
fine.
arrows.
I
You
can kill people with my magic arrows.
We could kill them.
I'm
Nicholas,
not
That'll
trying
help
to
us
do
sneak
that.
in.
Nicholas says, yes, well, we could definitely do that.
Wait, who's this Nicholas fellow?
I'm a little concerned now. I think maybe you should.
You should see someone.
I'm a
I've
little
hated him.
concerned.
I've hated him for years. It's an old clan rivalry. It's
I want to
nothing.
roll insight on Nicholas. I'm not trusting him.
I'm not either.
All right, roll insight on it.
Nope.
It's fine.
16?
You see, he's a dwarf. He's wearing the colors. He seems to be genuinely hates these people.
I think he's actually the son, and he's having us help sneak him in.
Are you saying this out loud? Because you are talking to her.
We.
I'm just making sure. Okay, make sure you say that because he's just gonna be like, "What? I'm right here."
I'm kind of feeling that way too.
Let's see if he notices that you're saying
He
this.
has a lot of
No.
ideas on how to
He's
get
over there just-
in.
Yeah, he does. He
It's
does.
like he thought
and
about
he's
this.
really.
And he
yeah.
just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
How do we know that he was really sent by what's his face?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I'm not being mean. I
Derosh.
don't remember all their names.
Just call him
They all
Dorothy
sound the
McGee.
same.
Dwarven key. Why do I even bother? All right, so what did you roll on your insight?
A 16?
He does seem to be dressed a little bit more noble than most helpers.
Yeah. Follow, do what the money says, right?
I think we
You
should.
keen little bastard.
He just wants us to kill things and. Oh,
He's just
the
way
note.
too. He's way too
Did the
eager.
note really come from what's his face?
Doesn't seem like it.
So what do we do? Should we just go in and see what he's trying to do
I mean, we could sneak him in anyways.
and just
and
watch him?
Yeah, have a closer eye on him.
Odin
Sounds
comes
good.
up.
Sure he
I
doesn't
like
do
to
anything
whisper
stupid."
too.
We know you do. And I've only known you for a day.
He actually did hear the whole thing.
We just tell him that we need an aside.
We're planning. We're planning. Everyone's all like,
Looking at him.
good old cartoon style. All right, so
All right, we just play along like.
we're just going along with it for now
Yeah.
until things get out of hand. Knock 'em cold. Run.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if his claim has any validity.
Okay.
We never actually met the son.
Before, you mean?
Yeah,
No.
This is why I like D&D. They're so smart.
he's probably this.
Yeah,
He's probably the son.
yeah, and he's
not.
claiming they stole
Yeah.
something, but
He's
may-
probably trying to.
The father Derosh did say that they did
Yes.
steal
Oh,
something.
oh, okay.
It's believed to be them. It's conjecture at this point.
So
And I insulted him saying he wasn't stealthy, and then now he's all trying to use us to be stealthy.
yeah.
Clever little dwarf.
You almost all fell for it. It doesn't matter.
We almost did.
yeah. That's close.
Let's get
I was about ready to do the whole mask thing. I was like, that sounds good. I want to go to
I was
masquerade
just
ball.
like, this guy came out of nowhere, and now
I-
he's like accompanying us. And he's like super insistent on how we do things.
Exactly. That was a little.
It's almost like a noble
That
or
was a
something.
little weird.
Nobles don't do that.
All right, let's do it. Let's. Yeah.
So we all come back. We figured out how to do it. And he says, yes, okay, let's do this. So what are we planning? Knocking heads?
I need to use your facilities. May I walk in? That always works.
She's going to be the distraction. Okay, gotcha.
Just kidding.
We need to decide quick. We can't hide here forever.
So, do you know where
Don't
they
make them make
would
quick decisions.
keep a hidden object, like a stolen one?
Well, on
We'd have to assume
houses
that's
like this,
he'd
they
be
have
near
a
that.
vault. They would have a vault. We have a vault. Everyone has vaults.
How hard are these vaults to get into?
Often they're trapped.
With?
Depends on the house.
Could you help us get around the traps?
I'm just a lonely yeah, probably.
And we're trying to still back this thing? Because I thought that
Yes.
we were supposed to stop.
Well, here's the thing. If he
This
knows
sucks.
that we have it, he won't go in. And he's
You're
not there
right.
yet.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of sitting inside. He's like, so. It's like in a video game where you just stall for a few seconds. I don't remember which video game does it, but they'll be like, so this is getting weird. You're just sitting here staring at me. I love those moments.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Okay.
we can do this, everyone.
I'm sorry.
We can
I
figure
didn't
this
sleep well
out.
last night.
Yeah, let's
Let's just. We have our stealthy
Let's be
cloaks.
this-
Can't we just go in when there's a bunch of people going in the door? I don't know.
Could happen.
we disguise ourselves as a barbershop quartet.
We are traveling.
How about we
the
just?
world.
There's lots of people here. We just pick something up and walk in.
Yep.
Odion says, might I suggest we do what she says, but once we're in, we act like guests.
Sounds good. Let's
Yep.
do this. You might want to lose the sashes and stuff.
What? That would be suicide.
That's a smart idea.
So we all take off our sashes. Smart. Inspiration point.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah, you get it.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Nice thinking there. That
Yeah.
saved butts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Woohoo!
reward inspiration for cleverness. Actually, I should give you one too, because that was pretty cool.
It's
pretty cool.
It's,
It was a nice move. And you're not even looking at my notes because I don't have them up.
no notes.
We didn't look at them last time either. Was I
Sure.
didn't. He might have.
No.
Everyone was staring at the
No.
screen. Just kidding. It's
because
just a
the-
natural place to look. All right. Anyway,
Well, if I wasn't looking at it, then
it's actually getting tiring holding this book open for no reason. I'm casting a spell.
Hmm.
All right. So here we go. All right. So who's going first? Roll, please.
Roll for
Sneaky sneaks.
oh, because
Oh,
aren't we
our
just
roll that we just
I
did
thought,
doesn't count?
Yeah, I thought we were.
That was a roll to get where you are.
Oh,
That's how stealth works.
but I thought that we were just
Every move you make
grabbing,
stealthily.
picking something up and going in. Are we? We want to be stealthy
In
with that?
that case, you're going to roll deception
Okay, let's
or
do that.
performance, depending on which you want to.
We're just going in. There's lots of different people.
Okay. So you're waiting for them to go in. You're going to run up, grab something, and start walking in.
You said there's lots of people bringing
Yes.
stuff in. So there's
I'm just
stuff
making
right
sure
there.
I understand what you're
There's
saying.
stuff
okay.
right there that needs to be brought in. We're just gonna act like we're part of it.
Okay, I'm going to have them roll against you to see.
Okay.
I'm going to have the foreman roll against
And then
you,
we
not
run.
everyone. Who are you? No! Just throw stuff at him and run.
Act like,
live here.
Act like our son. When we're trying to get something from him and he runs.
All right, that's what's happening. All right,
Okay,
we start
let's do
walking.
this.
Everyone just runs up to the little cart and picks up a box and starts walking in. And Foreman sees everyone passing by. He's looking at the crates more than anybody else and making sure the right crates are going in. I want everyone just to roll a basic
Just roll a number.
performance.
Performance?
Just if you're just
Natural
playing the part.
20.
Nice.
I'm selling it, babe.
You're selling it so well. He's not even looking at like the
Anybody
first-
else.
He's just like he's really involved. We're doing a group roll collectively, so what everyone gets is a collective. 16,
Got a 7.
9, not great.
And I even ask,
17.
I say, and this goes into the kitchen, right?
He looks at you and says, "You know what? It doesn't, but yeah, the kitchen."
They could
I
use
don't know
that.
what it is.
You rolled you rolled a 20. It's like you can't even tell what it is. It's just like a box of stuff, and it's just like, not really, but you know what? Yeah, for you, yeah. And you make your way in to the kitchen, which is actually past the direction of everyone else where they're going.
But is it like closer to where we want?
You're not sure yet.
I just feel like the kitchen is a good place to start.
It's not bad. They're gonna know things.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna know things. As you walk
I
in,
talk a lot when I cook.
as you walk in, you all sit down in your crates, and the kitchen staff look over at you, shocked, just looking. Yes, what's that for? Who's the smooth talker?
We helped a
on
couple of those
deception?
people bringing them in.
Deception.
They-
Oh, he has a great deception. Odeon says, well, that's good. 7 plus 5.
Oh, I thought that was a 1. I
He's
was
a good
like,
talker. Sorry, I bit my tongue.
That's heavy.
He speaks in Dwarvish, so I mean they're not really
Isn't that
not
what it sounds
believing
like?
Yeah. Yes,
To all of us.
precisely.
It does.
He speaks in Dwarvish to them. They look at him, they just kind of nod and they just go about their business, going quickly, making various dishes.
We just leave the crate and we walk out.
And he says, they don't want us in here, but we're good. Where to from here? So you notice as you pass, there's a long hallway where everyone's going down, and you hear lively music going on down the hallway, which you can assume is the party area. There was a staircase, looked like a service staircase for like butlers to go up. Probably the direction where you need to go, but then again, it could be leading to a balcony. I mean, really, you don't know, but it is headed into the house.
It's
so-
the only one, like, entrance in the
to the kitchen. Yes.
And it's only in that area.
So, like I said, side entrance. You walked in. There's a hallway leading towards the party. There's stairs going up this way. Kitchen back here. So either head towards the party,
Party
pretend
or
like you're
upstairs.
guests, or go upstairs to who knows where that goes. Decisions.
Unless
we're trying to infiltrate the party, I see upstairs.
Exactly, because we came here to get the object back.
Odeon says,
Wink, wink.
you may not recall, but then he goes like this, and his face looks different. He actually grows a beard and gets a little bit shorter.
He looks like a dwarf.
He can change his face. It's part of a pact that he's made with the faceless one, which is nice, and it's actually true. Right here. It's not right there. Anyway, it's here somewhere. There it is. Mask of many faces. Disguise self at will, expending a spell slot. So he disguises himself perfectly as a dwarf. He speaks dwarf. He says, I have my room. I'm going to find someone in this building that knows about vaults, schmooze my way into the information, and just tell you where it's at.
Sounds good. We'll just hang out here while you do it. Just kidding.
I was like, you can actually keep looking. All right, so he, by the way, side note, good job YouTube for like not making me do 2 sessions because we got cut off. Like, way to just like see that it was an error and fix it. I like that. I like that a lot. All right,
Let's go upstairs. Okay,
thank you.
alright.
Someone start doing
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
I suppose we should be sneaky still, right?
Sneaky is good.
Do we want to?
Roll again.
Yeah.
Roll again.
Oh.
Remember, you roll advantage on
Oh,
stealth because
okay.
you're walk fleets.
Is that a 6 or a 9?
That's a 9 with the line underneath it.
22.
Oh, there is a line.
9
under
plus
it.
your stealth.
Okay, 15.
That's really good. All right, so you make your way up
That's
the
'cause I have
stairs,
really good
and
stuff.
Odeon struts out and starts walking towards the party. And he's acting a little bit drunk. You can see him like swaying a little bit, and it's not very convincing. He's rolled a 1,
Oh,
but
Right.
there's no one around at the moment. He seems to be practicing.
oh good.
Either way, he's not stealthy at all, and he's walking right out. Can't roll really again because he's got to take the lowest number on that one. Okay, you don't know what happens to him, but he's up. All right, so you walk up the stair, and it's about 60 stairs, so it's not too high. But you get your way to the top, and you see a long hallway. It's got like velvet floors. You see a main staircase leading down towards the party area, and then you see various doors on the left and right of this long hallway. At the very end, there's a sort of window, but it's kind of there for show because it faces directly into a wall.
The window faces into a wall.
You're in underground, so I mean, really,
Oh.
there's not much to look at.
Oh, that's
it's
right.
just
We're
there.
underground. I forget.
Just to make sure you're all aware. Counting, there's about 6
How
doors
about
up here.
we just open up each door and like peek
Stealthily.
in? Yeah.
Just
And-
look in the doors.
And I mean, I'm thinking
Look through the keyholes.
if I had an object that I didn't want anyone to know I had,
Would hide it in a place that no one knew. Sorry, it sounded like that's where the conversation was going.
or I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Alana goes up and opens the door. She goes up to the first door, opens it up, and it looks like some form of study.
Yeah, that's what I think it would be. I was thinking library.
Oh, that's, I mean, study, library.
Like, I-
There's
you know.
books in both.
So you open up the door, and is there anything you're doing just to make sure?
We just
like-
want to make sure no one's in there.
Okay. So,
So what?
hello, evening. So you walk in and stealthily, I assume the same.
Yeah.
And you walk in, and it's very large desk, beautiful, lots of books, decanters, various.
And there's no one in there.
No.
Okay, perfect. Let's start looking for a safe.
Start pulling
Roll
books.
investigation. Pulling books.
It's 13.
13. Okay, investigation
Got a little
13.
excited. 13 plus 2, so 15.
Eight- 18.
Ooh.
Oh.
As you search, you're finding quite a bit of valuables. Do you take them?
No.
Not even tempted at all? Okay.
Well, because that could cause more problems. We're
Yeah.
already stuck into this party.
All right, so they leave all the valuables, and as they start looking some more, they do find a letter addressed from the family of Derosh.
Opened?
Okay.
It is open. It's
That-
broken seal.
Let's read it.
Reading it, you find just
Wait,
a various.
is it in Dwarvish?
It is in Dwarvish. Good point.
Let's have Odeon read it.
Odion's
He's
not
not
with
here
you.
with us.
Odion,
about
what does
Just
blue
your
use
ring
my
thing?
ring.
Can you
Yeah,
read
just
with
use my
your
ring.
ring thing?
Yeah,
It's
it
not
helps
just
you
speaking.
understand and speak.
Yeah, just use that.
All right, so you speak Dwarvish into it. You just like through your mind, and you immediately the words just translate for you, and it says it's a very angry letter, but a very well-spoken letter. That dramatic roll.
Across the table.
You gotta get dramatic
Hi.
with these rolls.
Well,
Guys, we're sneaking. It's gotta be like flourish. Anyway, so
rolling is not my favorite
the
thing to
letter
do.
is very angry, poignant, and not totally pointing fingers, but basically along the lines of, if it was you that took the ring, blah, 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 blah. I mean, not the ring, the stone, then I'll set you before the council, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing that reveals too much other than the fact that they are indeed looking for this stone, and that is proof. A sort of proof, just proof. Anyway, that's really it other than the valuables you find, but you leave them. It's probably totaling at about 80 gold. and various things, but leaving it behind.
I think he wanted us to take it.
I'm just letting you know what's there.
And we can't find a safe or anything.
Not in the room, no.
I don't think these people took it. This is all been set up.
Bum, bum, bum.
We have to get out of here.
We gotta run.
Okay, are you searching any other rooms up here?
He
or-
paused.
Yeah.
All right. We leave everything exactly the way it was. We walk out to make sure, and before we walk out, we make sure no one's in the hall.
Okay, so I want you to do perception on the hallway.
17 plus whatever.
As you notice,
Perception,
about
17 plus 5.
halfway, yeah, with that, that's what I was saying, 17 plus 5, because I know your perception's higher than that. You notice that there's a very light, faint glow in the center of, like, the wall area. And you
in
can
the
tell,
hallway?
and you can tell that that is a trapped, or at least some form of trap, either an alarm or something that would set off if you were to walk
the
past
hallway?
that. Yes.
Ah, okay.
It's
because
near
I'm-
the end.
Okay, because I rolled so high, can I tell where, like, the little...
Trigger.
Yeah, thank you. I was like a mechanism for
The trigger,
releasing
there's
the
no,
trap.
right. So as you can see, like there's no visible little area that you can just shut off whatever this is. It actually looks magic, and it's like a wall.
I can't do magic like that. My only magic is my arrows. And I can do minor illusion with sounds. That's not gonna help us. Wait. I can do Misty Step. Can that help?
It teleports. I don't know. Can it?
Because it's not really going past it.
You said the glow was in the middle of the wall, or it's at the end of the hallway?
It's like you can see it emanating from the wall a little bit. Like the rune was probably placed on the wall and then drawn across. But you can't teleport.
So how far does it go? The whole length of the rest
No,
of
it
the
just
hallway?
goes. It goes. So if the hallway's like this, it's crossing.
Oh. So it's not down the length of the hallway; it's across the width.
So if this was the hallway, there's like a line right here.
And it's right there.
Yeah.
So I just have to get past that point.
So it's kind of like a tripwire.
A tripwire.
Essentially.
Okay.
Like a magical tripwire.
Should I try the teleporting thing? Because it's not really going past it.
It's just going around it.
But then I'm the only one that
True.
can, unless I can find a trigger on the other side.
It's a cantrip for you. You can do it as many times as you want. As
Okay,
an
let's
action.
do this. What do I need to do?
You just do it.
I did it.
You just have to. You have to go to an unoccupied free space and. Oh yeah, it's not a bother at all. The classes they're playing, she's an arcane archer. She's a moon elf, so she's from Eladrin and high elf, and he is from.
I'm the different girl.
He's an Aasimar. He is a Horizon Walker. He's a ranger. It's Xanathar's Guide to Everything classes. And the other people in our group is a Hexblade, which is Odeon, and then Alana is the Cavalier, so she's the tank. Anyway, they are NPCs. They were people. Anyway, just neither here nor there. Because they're not here. All right, no problem, Bruce. Okay, so you Misty Step,
Yes.
and it works.
Bum, bum.
She just goes right through it. It almost, you see this faint just, and then it stops.
Okay, now what?
Nice. You're on the other side.
Okay, I'm stuck.
Let the rest of us in.
I don't think she can,
Yeah.
unless she can dispel magic.
I couldn't take
Alana
anybody
says.
with me.
That
Okay,
wasn't the DM
So
speaking.
I'm gonna do maybe like okay, on this other side there's doors, right?
Now that you're on the other side, there's actually not. There is a single door. It was where the window was.
It made it look like there were doors. Guys, there's only one door, and it's not the window.
It was the window, but it's not the window.
Okay, so, and I can't see
Good old
any kind
illusions.
of trigger to like, because it's magic. It won't.
Nuh-uh.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into this room. Maybe I want to do a perception or investigation or something on the door to make sure that there's nothing that will.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, be careful for traps.
16.
You're not detecting any traps.
Okay. Well, I hope that means something. Good.
That's a high number. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
Okay. So I open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, it kind of clicks like it doesn't open.
Oh.
You do notice it's not like a very strong door. It seems they've put all their money into the magic.
So I'm gonna
Like
kick this door
they
down.
believe so strongly that the magic's going to catch you that they didn't bother to put into like heavy, crazy amounts of locks, which is
You said it felt like the door wasn't going to open.
It didn't feel like it would open with a single like nudge. It might take a kick or a shoulder, but
All right, I totally kick it down.
nice. All right, so
Destroy.
you kick it down. Trent, let's see, just one second.
Quietly.
Just wanted to say thank you for every bit of effort you have put into your channel and the amount of happiness it has made me personally feel from listening and watching your content. Please do keep the great work and continue to produce these amazing things for everybody to enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you very so much. That means a lot. You kick in the door. Actually, I want you to roll strength. Because you might roll a 1 and bash your head into it.
I rolled an 8. So
It's
pretty
enough.
Close. Okay.
It's enough. It's enough. All you needed was a 10.
And plus 3?
Yep, you're
okay.
good.
Barely.
So she busts through the door. It's pretty loud, but
Oh, shoot.
Um,
what else could I do?
try to pick it.
I don't. Oh, I have a burglar's bag. I'm sorry. I'm playing more.
She's very involved in the. She's jazzed up that she missed these steps, so she just goes for a full kick. All right, she
Like
busts
this.
right through it. I've only
like a
just
whole
gotten to
big
D and
hill
D,
kick.
and I'm trying to kind of learn how to be a better player, having only light characters to make for difficult sessions. No, you're good. Any questions you have, feel free to ask in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any you might have. I'll even do a video on it if you want. Anyway, you are in the door, and lo and behold,
Hopefully
you see that
you
it
guys
is
don't get in trouble
it is
for
an
what I did.
oval vault. It is all the way around. It's very beautiful in here. There are
That's what
lots
happens
and
when I
lots
make
of
rash
cubbies.
decisions.
Is there any gray
Lots of
stones in
cubbies?
there?
There's a lot of little cubbies with various.
Do you mean like stalls, or do you mean like
Are there
actual
people in these little
cubbies?
cubbies?
No, they're just
So
they're
like
about that big,
Okay,
and they
okay.
have little items, piles of gold, some silver stacked up, family jewelry, someone's sock. Not sure what that's about. But you do see all these things, and you see right in the center a big green jewel about that big. It is an emerald.
That's the stone we're looking for, I guess.
What did they call it?
The Gray Emperor.
But it's green.
I'm not in there. I can't make decisions.
Okay, so again,
What do you
sorry.
see in there?
Sorry. Once again, what are in the cubbies?
Various trinkets. You haven't done investigation so much.
Oh, okay.
I just telling you passive perception.
All right. 16. I keep rolling 16.
Yeah.
You do notice that there's that beautiful emerald, but back behind everything there is a gray jewel.
That's the one I want.
Ooh, wait, I've seen Aladdin. All right, so
And anything, I can just grab it? Or is there something, do I notice any kind of...
investigation check for traps.
Okay.
Yes, new roll, particularly on this area.
Would I do investigation? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, 18 plus 2, so that's 20.
there are no traps.
Yes, okay. I gingerly pick up the jewel.
I'm just kidding. So she
I
picks
put
up.
it in my
So
pocket.
you pick up the jewel. Yay big. Not that big, but yay big. You can tell that it's a very expensive jewel. And as you look at it and you touch it, something about it, like your whole hand and arm, just kind of like jolt for a second. And so you just quickly put it in your bag.
Oh.
It-
If I lose my arm because of this, that dwarf is losing his head. Just saying.
Speaking of, he's like on the other side of the thing, just eagerly, just like.
Okay, I have to think this through.
Crucial moments.
did I really want to take this?
What am I doing? I just wanted a book. Why does this always happen to me?
Like, okay.
Why do I always get dragged into these things?
I guess. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Just like you're too loud. I'm sorry.
Her
honey.
familiar, by the way, she does have one. It's just like it pops out every now and then. It just makes a little sound like a baby occasionally.
Is that you? I don't. I'm not going to let them know that it was there.
They can't see you. They just
Yeah,
see
I
your
know.
window.
But
They
I
just hear you
This is
wrestling
my
around kicking
decision.
things.
My mind.
Ooh, pretty
I
cool.
come out and I say, "Okay, kid, this is all I see. There's nothing else."
There's
in there?
lots of things that you could just take and you'd be wealthy for a long time.
Okay, but that's fine. I don't.
That's
care
I'm
about
just
that.
saying. That's all
But
you
I'm
see.
saying there's nothing that catches my eye of like that could help us in our little ritual thing that we have to do.
Oh no, nothing
Okay,
like that.
alright.
No demon blood or anything like
Well, you never know.
celestial blood.
They have a sock in a cubby for crying out loud. What's that about?
If you wear it,
My great granddaddy's sock. It could be
Okay,
magic. You don't know.
you never have to clip your toenails again. Or wash your feet.
He's using the other one for his gout.
I'm just thinking, is this what his whole goal was, to steal it back, or was it something else? I'm just trying to think of what this little dwarf guy's thing is.
By the way, roll perception.
Ooh. 5? Oh, let's see, no, 6. 6.
You can't quite hear anything, but the party's gone a little bit quiet. But you do hear in your ear, Odeon must have pressed the stone up to someone, like he's talking to them, like touching them at the same time. And you're catching most of what is being said.
The runestone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it out. Take it out.
Okay, so you take it out, and you hear very clearly Derosh's voice. And he's talking to Odeon. He doesn't know it's Odeon. And he's just saying, he's like, we've been good friends with this clan for such a long time. And, I don't know, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. My son never left. My son's dead. He's been dead for a long time. And he's like, why are you even bringing this up right now? He's really upset with this dwarf that's talking to him, doesn't know it's Odeon. You're not able to, she doesn't know this, but you know she's in there, and the dwarf standing next to you probably isn't the son.
Right.
But I thought that, okay, just outside for a second. I thought that, what's his name?
Nikolev?
No, the
Derosh?
Derosh. I thought he said, my son is upset.
Yeah, curious, huh?
Oh.
I leave little breadcrumbs along the way of things that you may or may not
And
notice.
see, that's why I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I taking this thing? I'm just gonna leave the door.
Thank
the
you,
room.
Bruce. She's cute.
I leave the room, and I'm gonna misty step over the trap thing.
With the gem?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
You just
I
never
didn't
know. You never know.
Yeah.
All right, so you come right
yeah.
out, and you see her.
But I have it hidden, and I've already made the decision that I'm not gonna tell this guy that I had it.
That you did. All right, so you've hidden it.
I'm just letting you know, because
So you come out saying you couldn't find it?
yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't there.
And Nikolev seems visibly upset. He's just like, what? Of course it's in there.
Well, then you go and look.
He just like, you see him furrowed, just like really
hard
upset.
to find something that you don't really know what you're looking for, but it's not in there because all there was a sock. I'm just saying.
All right, so he...
Very weird family.
Yeah, we're not sure what's going on. I do. But that's not fair. What are you planning on doing? You heard that. You're the
right.
only one that knows this information, that the
Right.
guy next to you is definitely not him.
Right.
His son's dead. Derosh sent you here, but also Derosh has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
He's also here, not there.
Yeah.
So
Makes me
which
wonder,
so
is
which
it the
one is the
real-
so which one is Derosh? Which one? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a little.
Yeah.
tricky. Okay, so it's not there. I say we just leave. You know, clearly they didn't steal it, so we shouldn't be here before. You know, we should leave before they catch us.
Yeah, I agree.
So Odeon whispers in your ear as you can hear him like briskly walking as he's kind of having a little, like you hear kind of like a little breathing. We have problems.
I respond, yeah, I know.
Where's the dwarf?
He's right here.
You're saying this out loud, and everyone turns. She says, "Are you all right?" And Nicholas says, "There's no time. If he's all right, we need to get in there. We need to find out. She probably didn't look good enough. Why would she look good enough? It's not about." It's like I know.
I got us in here. I got over the trap, and there was nothing in there there was nothing in there.
All right.
A waste of a room with a magic door.
All right. Just then, Odeon coming up, and then he just takes the disguise off and starts walking up, and then looks at the dwarf just like with this fury. And you've seen it before. And he walks right up to him, pulls his blade out, puts it right to his neck, and like starts cutting his neck as he's going. He's like, "What are you?" And at that moment, you see the dwarf go, "What are you talking about? Get your hands off me!" And Alana comes up as well and does the other side and starts pushing him back towards the wall. His form changes into a strange, gangly creature, humanoid. He looks just like a human, but gray skin, very strange features. You've never seen anything like, but you might. Roll history if you see anything.
19 plus 5? I'm so smart.
You see Odeon was muttering something and doing something with his hand, so he was dispelling whatever he was doing. He dispelled the magic, and he's actually a doppelganger.
He's a doppelganger. I don't know if I was supposed to roll history.
No.
I just rolled.
No, you were curious what was going on. Why not?
Yeah, let's roll.
At this moment, you realize something's off. This is some kind of setup of some sort, or something. Like it's all kind of coming clear, but you're not quite sure what motive was behind it all, or who the other person was. But you now have a doppelganger in custody. But
fantastic. What do we know about doppelgangers?
You know that they can shift. They are very sneaky, and they often are working in pairs or groups.
Ooh, but they can't like.
You rolled that high, yeah.
They can't like.
I can't really hide
disappear.
that. So, no.
As long as we
you
have
just keep
them.
an eye on them.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
I mean, I would share that with the group, but yeah.
Disappears in the puff of smoke.
All right.
Yeah.
So
we have a decision to make.
I say we get out of here.
Just run away.
And take him with us. We shouldn't be in here. Clearly. We had sneak in, for one. That's a, clear indication.
you're not quite sure, but also you believe, and some scholars have believed, that they can read minds.
No. That's not true.
I may not feed you all the correct information, but also I might be telling the truth. All right, so at this moment,
More often than not.
yeah, Doppelganger is basically a ditto. Yeah, it just kind of shows up. All right, so Odeon is pressing the blade just a little bit deeper, and then asks, "Why us?" And the Doppelganger answers in this really gnarled voice, this really like deep and strange, almost frog-like sound to it. Yeah, for those, there's a book. If you want to see it, it's right there. Or look it up, Anyway, the Doppelganger, he's just this tall, lanky figure, medium height, so it's about the same as everyone else. But he kind of answers, but he mostly just spits, just like this angry. He doesn't want to tell you anything. And Odion begins to dig a little deeper, and you see this trickle of blood going down its neck, this like black, like ichor type blood. Not quite like ours. And Alana says, "Stop, we need answers." Feel free to, if you have any questions for it before he seems to like decapitate it.
I am going to... I mean, he's already trying to intimidate him. What other persuasive tactics do we have?
Cut off its hand. That will intimidate it. Sorry, that's thinking like Freya. I'm sorry.
She had a past character barbarian who is just super awesome.
Sorry.
Cuts all sorts of things.
That's where the like kicking down the door came from. I had a moment.
Gotcha.
Past life.
Channeled Freya.
Well, I just feel like right now in this place is not the time to be questioning this thing. So I say we just take it out, get it out of the house.
How are we gonna sneak it out?
If it doesn't want to die, it should turn back into the dwarf. It's just, I don't know. Well, no, it knows it's not good. We're not going to kill it because we want information. So
Odion, here's what you're all talking about.
I don't believe that it can read minds.
Okay.
That's bugging me.
He
I have a secret.
he casts a spell
I
on
have
it.
so many secrets.
He casts a spell on it and it goes rigid and solid.
Oh, perfect.
It's not like it's just frozen.
It's a statue. Let's go.
Back into a box.
Back into a box. Just like pieces of it. All right, so you all carry him out, get a sheet, and just carry it and just act like it's something. And you move out. And where are you taking this doppelganger?
To a secluded area. I don't know. Maybe let's.
Let's go rent a room at a brothel or something.
That's an idea.
Where people wouldn't check.
Guess that's safer than, I don't know, than just being outside.
All right, you wander
It's
a bit.
very strange. It's like a group of 5 people with a thing over.
You wander for a bit. Odion says, "I can't hold it forever," and you're not quite sure where you can find one. You do see a tavern. You can't find right now. You can't find a brothel of any sort. But you're all carrying a sheet covering a doppelganger, so you're all awkwardly walking down the street. And
I think
what do you say to the innkeeper if you're going to go in?
we are.
You're going in.
We need rooms.
We need a room, and we are artists.
And Odion
And
comes up
commissioned-
and hands him 5 gold. No questions.
Oh.
And he's just upstairs.
I'm getting really into this.
Well, Odion's just like, we need to do this now.
I haven't been around people for a long time, so.
And Dorse says, "Wait, no questions. Town guard come, I don't know you. Get upstairs, third door on your right."
See, here's the thing though. You just paid him off with 5 gold. What if they pay him with more? He's going to tell them. I don't know. Why would they be looking for us?
You're thinking too much into it. and he takes him up. You take him up the stairs, and he just throws him onto the floor. And
Does he break?
no, he doesn't.
Dang it.
He's just solid state.
Okay, fine.
It's like in Harry Potter when they freeze him solid, but they're not. Yeah, that one. And anyway, so he's on the ground, but then he releases the spell, and he starts scrambling around a little bit. I'm confused. He kind of saw what was going on, but he's also under a sheet. So 5 gold can get you pretty much anywhere. So true, especially for people that are hurting for cash. Anyway, questions for him or?
Yeah. Who sent you?
He gives his like guttural laugh, and he says, "No one sent me.
Then why are you here?
I don't have to answer to you."
I take his pinky finger and I put it under my scimitar and I start cutting in.
Please,
See?
start cutting things off immediately. It's a good way to go. There's no good cop, bad cop. We will chop you to pieces.
I'm just like slowly sawing down right on where the tendon's gonna be.
Please. No. No need to cut things off. I need all the pieces. No, you're like cutting there. He says, they sent me.
I let up a little bit. Who's they?
Just go back to Derosh's estate. You'll find him.
Who are they? Answer the question.
You hurt me worse.
They'll hurt you worse? There's no such thing as hurting worse than dead.
First finger comes off. He just kind of holds it and just like lets it happen. He believes they'll hurt him worse.
But he just told us what they are.
No, he just said he gave up information, just not what they are, who they are. He just told you where.
Is there even a what's his name? I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Derosh?
Derosh?
Yes, he could change into something, but he would be missing whatever limb or whatever appendage was cut off. So he'd just be you'd really have a hard time blending in with a group of people that know somebody because that person's not missing a limb.
Okay.
It's a little bit harder for a doppelganger to work if he has less limbs.
And he's willing to give that up, huh?
He doesn't want to. It
All
pains
right,
him a
well-
lot, and he lets out this very unusual scream. And just
But
like,
here's the thing though, you're coming with us. So
kill me now. I'm not coming with you. He shapes himself into a young woman that looks scared and very sad. Please don't hurt me, please. I can't take any more pain.
and then I'm just kidding.
And then I kill her.
my
For a
goodness.
moment, it's so believable. Like, so believable, it's kind of like, oh, I just cut a little girl's finger off.
Oh no.
He's
Odeon
messing
walks
with
up and punches it in the face.
Mhm.
And it changes back into Doppelganger. He's like, none of that! And then he puts his hand on its face, and searing just like its face, it just jumps back. He says, try changing to a burned hand on your face. And it didn't work, but it felt good.
This is just. But okay, so was it the? How long have you been following them? Us? Since you them, how long have they been watching us? There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
He doesn't answer for about 5 seconds till Odeon comes up with his blade and slices right here at the base of his knee.
Ow.
Yeah. Topples him to the ground, and he just screams out, and he's like, ever since, and he reveals ever since the moment that you pulled the card, they're working for someone.
So we've had doppelgangers following us since we pulled the card.
Since who pulled the card?
Me.
Odeon and,
Okay, sorry.
to be clear, so those that haven't seen this yet, Odeon and Weirin, they pulled cards that from the trickster god who likes to mess with them and everyone else. That basically said that there's a demon who's hunting them, and he will use any means necessary to capture them, kill them,
So sending doppelgangers after us.
possibly. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Seems that way. Yeah.
This is
At the very least.
And so you're just like, what have I got myself into?
okay. Here's another question. Why do they want the stone? Do they want the stone, whatever that was, or do they just want us to get caught getting the stone?
And just as he doesn't answer for a second, Odeon comes up again. He's like, he just like goes up. He's like, fine. Please promise to kill me quickly after I'm done because they'll kill
We
me.
promise.
He's just, they're after you. They're after you. They force us to work for them, and they were hoping you'd get caught.
And getting caught would be really bad.
They don't tell me all the plans for this very reason.
Oh, well, think there's some mark for that.
I don't.
Little tendon slicing and finger getting cut off, and you just
Fold.
You fold like laundry. All right. So Odion says he doesn't have any more information.
Probably not anything useful.
He's an underling at best.
All right, whatever. It's up to you. Since it was because of you, you decide.
Odion says, I
It's your
agree.
problem.
Doppelgangers aren't one of my favorite enemies, are they? What do they fall under?
Your favored, kill him for the XP. Hashtag kill for the XP.
Do it.
Hashtag
do
for the
it.
XP.
That's what it
Send
says.
it for the XPs.
Do it.
That's really funny. Your favored, I think, look at yours. It says favorite enemy. It should be near the top. It's in Ranger section. I think you hadn't decided. I think you'd done Aberration. I think that was yours.
Aberrations,
And I don't believe they...
Celestials, dragons, fiends.
Do you not
or-
believe that Doppelgangers fall under Aberration?
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah. Anyway, so... I mean, he's wounded. I mean, he's not gonna, like, give you bonus hit points.
Just cut off his head.
You seem just nervously looking
that's
around
what
as
I
everyone's,
do.
everyone's discussing.
How
it.
should we do it?
He's just like, I just, you said quickly, you promised.
Let's torture him first, more than we already have. Let's tickle him.
I-
My secret weakness.
So if it's like Henry, it will hurt.
It's true.
His tickling is
He
not very
has.
fun.
Yes, his claws.
He tickles like this.
I'm gonna pull out my knife and just jam it in the side of his head.
You
Run
effectively
him
do so.
through.
I mean, he's,
Run him through like a zombie.
he
Yeah.
twitches and then just drops, slumps heavily to the floor.
Yeah.
And the people down below for sure heard the and the screams and the blood probably coming through the floor.
I think we should probably.
We should
leave.
probably
To the
leave.
floorboards, yeah.
As you're walking out, he tosses him a gold coin, says, "For your trouble." And the guy says, "Don't come back, please."
We won't.
And as you
Have
walk,
fun cleaning that up.
We are getting out of this place.
as
At
you
least
walk
I am.
out, you now know that they're in the city, and they're hunting you, and they know who you are, and they're taking identities of people that you know, and
We could go
so
back.
demons are
We could
looking
go back.
for is following your group.
Something
the
to do with
problem
hell.
is, and Odion points this out. He says, survival. I think two options. We could leave. Derosh's family, if they're in his home, his wife, he has a daughter,
Or they're already dead.
And
or they could be dead.
consider that they may already be dead. However, if we face this thing, whatever it is, maybe that'll consider the card expended.
And don't we
So,
need demon blood?
Yeah.
It's true.
With
Odion
one
says,
stone?
Odion says, yeah, we just don't know what kind of demon we're facing, but the good news is it doesn't know we're coming, and it doesn't know that we know. We have the element of surprise for once, and we know where they are.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's the first time we've had an upper hand, and they are going to kill us eventually.
Yeah. Did the card specify our deaths, or
No, it didn't reveal. It just said that they will fight. They will come for you until you're dead. A specific demon.
well?
Until you're dead, or until
Odion
one
and
of them is
he
dead?
is dead.
Hmm.
No, they both rolled their in. You rolled your. You pulled your beautiful, perfect card that gave you an instant level and
and a
amazing
magic
weapon.
item.
They rolled a demon hunting them till they're dead.
Yeah, but
Those
what if-
cards are messed
so,
up.
So if you kill the demon, is it done?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
Ammonius.
When has
Or
the
we
element of
have to
surprise
run.
ever worked on a boss fight? True.
Well, I can
I'm gonna
do...
sneak shot him. Trip.
Yeah.
Why the one?
I
The question is, it is 12:15 a.m.
I'm
Oh, is it? Oh.
I'm tired.
I didn't realize that until
I
just
had
now.
no idea.
I say that
we stop
the
here.
cliffhanger
Yeah.
is a great way
Yeah.
for us to stop. Because honestly, we took about 25 minutes talking
Deciding where
about
to
how
eat.
to go through a door. So if we're gonna go and fight and find out how to sneak about and kill this thing,
We didn't
I
take
could
25 minutes to talk about the door. It was not 25 minutes.
ish.
No.
But the point is that
No.
a simple thing can take longer than a fight for sure. But we're gonna stop there for tonight because this one is beautiful and loves to keep us up all night, which is fine because I don't like sleeping. But when we want to wake up, it's terrible. So, yes. Anyway, as I say every time, may your rolls always be natural ones, just not natural ones. But thank you so much for joining and for the kind words and the joining for the first time. We try to do it every week, either Friday or Saturday. We're still hashing out kind of what we're going to be doing, but we appreciate you coming. We'll let you know. My Instagram is in the top, and I'll put it in the notes as well. Good point. That way you can see when I do my posts when we're going live, and also various posts. I don't so much have you go there because I'm interesting. I have you go there so we can find out when we're doing our lives and other things. Anyway, as well as music and other things that I'm working on. Should have another song coming out this next week. So any requests, let me know. And that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, by the way. It's his birthday.
Oh.
He got to kill a doppelganger.
Not anymore. It's 12:15.
Oh, true. It's not your birthday. Get out.
Not my birthday.
You're no longer important. Anyway, thank you for watching. We appreciate you were on the whole time, you guys. So, very much appreciated. It helps us a lot. And good night.